What's up, Geminites? It's your boy, Milton the Manimal.
Your boy, Gem Min.
We're here for another Valiant recent reads, but we got the Imperium Deluxe Edition. And I don't think you got a number on this. Just, it's a standalone. So,
stay tuned. Yeah, Imperium, man. So, yeah, like you said, this is like a standalone story. I think it's 16 issues.
Right, so this was actually, what's kind of weird was we stopped reading Valiant after we did the big read-through. Right. And this was the first book that came out after that, for the most part. So there was kind of a gap. We sat on it for a minute.
Yeah, but this definitely brings you right back into the Valiant universe, right? Its story is kind of focused around Toya Harada, who's like, I don't know, the big Psyot.
He's the Magneto of the Valiant universe.
I was going to say that, but then I was like, I didn't want to shortchange him, but he's like Professor X and Magneto mixed into one.
Right. He's the bad guy who has good intentions and kind of does some fucked up shit along the way. But where did we last see him, though?
I thought he was dead.
Damn, what storyline was it? Because then the thing was that last final phase was a lot of the Ride, the 4001, so it was future shit.
It had nothing to do with him, but prior to that, you had Harbinger stuff.
We haven't read Harbinger Wars 2 yet.
Right.
So last time we saw Harada was he had basically got rid of the Harbinger Foundation, became almost like this, I don't want to say the rest of the world sees him as this terrorist organization, but he took over Somalia and is trying to make a better world.
Right. So this has a lot to do with that, but it also focuses on a couple of other things. Like you get this whole underwater submarine battle. Yeah. And then, I guess even before that, you get like this, it looks like these 3 astronauts go into another dimension. And you see this being, right? It has all these eyeballs on it.
Yeah. So they're kind of delving into a lot of things. So basically Harada is trying to bring world peace, also bring like free energy and stuff to the world. And in doing so, he's reaching out in all these different avenues to try to get these things.
Right.
So he's got his Psyots. He also has his own kind of like hardcore team too.
Right, yeah.
Which is crazy.
And they get they get like the powers from what's it called again? Lifeline.
Lifeline.
They call it the Lifeline in, and they get Lifeline. Give me shield. They still can only do one power at a time though.
Right, and you have what's Grave Dog. So basically, they take Grave Dog is another one of these hardcore members who has like, he's known to be a terrorist. He was like part of like terrorist organizations, and he defects and joins Harada and becomes his kind of like hardcore guy.
He's like his like head mercenary or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
But anyway, the beginning stuff of those astronauts, that kind of reminded me a lot of the Divinity stuff.
Yeah.
And basically, they suck the eyeballs out of this person, Angela, and whatever that being is now looking through her eyes. Well, she doesn't have eyes, but looking through her eyes back on Earth.
It's basically she's possessed kind of by some like entity. We don't even really know what it is.
It's an alien, really. And the alien's like, okay, I'm here on Earth. I learned all your stuff. I'll help you out, but I need you to bring me like pregnant women and all different trimesters to experiment on, which was crazy, man.
So and then she goes by the name the Angela Vessel. And
Angela's the person, and she's not Angela anymore. She's just this husk that this alien seeing through.
So she's trading like high-end technology and advanced tech for studying what she's interested in, which is like pregnancy and stuff.
She's interested in, I think she's trying to find like the start of creation.
Right, yeah.
But she gives us a cool nuclear system.
Like fission, or I think nuclear fission, right? And she uses like the brain of a Psyot.
She uses the brain of a Psyot, exactly, and creates this technology where you have nuclear power and it doesn't generate any heat.
She's basically a mad scientist. She's crazy as fuck.
Yeah, they show this scene where they have the pregnant woman like cut open from the side, though, but it was still kind of crazy.
So wait, let's go back, though. You mentioned Divinity, and Divinity shows up in this.
Is it the beginning, though, or what?
It's the beginning one. Remember that he reaches out to... is the main guy from Divinity named Divinity? I can't remember.
I feel like, it is.
Yeah,
and
he reaches out to him.
I feel like they mentioned him in the beginning, like, don't make me call Divinity in this thing.
Well, so remember at the end of Divinity, he had he found his happiness, but he was also kind of living in like this...
Like a cell, right?
A cell underneath the earth, and Harada goes after him as like a nuclear weapon. Tries to get him like as a weapon. Yeah. I didn't remember until you said it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so they reference him in the beginning, and then it starts playing with the idea of this vine seed, right? I forget who gets the seed.
So Harada had found it.
He found the seed.
Well, no, because you got backstory. It tried to kill him back in the day.
Right.
You find out that the what are the vinelings, right?
Divine is what it is.
No, but the vinelings, the people, the human vine.
Oh yeah, they're like the hybrid.
The like undercover ops on Earth or whatever.
They're not full of purebreds though.
Right.
They're like the half vine, half humans that are living on Earth undercover.
So they had like realized Harada was a threat to them from the jump, like ages ago, and they've been trying to kill him.
But
and
who's they? Just the Vinelings.
The Vinelings.
The regular Vine don't give a shit.
Yeah, they were like, "Yo, we don't give a fuck.
Like, do what you got to do. We're not, it ain't gonna mess with us."
But so they had sent Vine LV-99.
So that seed becomes LV Lord 99, which is basically a Vine enforcer, bruiser type character, like
assassin.
Almost like unstoppable too, right? So yeah, I guess that's what happens. Harada saves the seed in his past, and
they
then
had killed him and saved the seed.
Yeah, and then they grew him. They grew the Vine seed. That was kind of cool. So you get a lot of Vine stuff, which you first get from Exo Manowar. So that's kind of cool how this universe all ties in, right?
So the big thing about Imperium was kind of like, it was almost more of Harada moving away from the Harbinger Foundation and kind of forming his new tactical team. You had Mech Major, also we haven't talked about. The robot dude.
And he hated being called Mech Major. He wanted to be called like Sunshine on the Ice or
on
something.
The snow or some shit like that, yeah.
It was like a robot with a soul.
Right. He had like got some kind of sentience and they had like stopped him.
Yeah.
They realized he was getting too smart and they fucking like curbed it.
Yeah.
But
he plays a big role.
So yeah.
What happened? So my big thing was, I did feel like Imperium was kind of slow. I was reading it and it was, you get these four issue arcs.
Right, that's right.
And they're kind of very different, but they have an overarching story of like this submarine battle, and I guess it's all to try to assassinate Harada.
Right. I think the overarching theme was basically like Harada is, the rest of the world is going against him.
Right.
I get what you meant though too, because like the last 4-part miniseries felt a little anticlimactic because then they go up against Hardcore again and Livewire, and it's like this is really our big bad right now, kind of like you had good guys going up against good guys for the most part, kind of. It didn't seem very climactic at all.
Yeah, there was cool stuff that happened, but I think like beginning to end, it's like, where did we really move forward?
Right.
And I guess it's all to set up this Life and Death. What is it called?
Yeah, so they have a miniseries right now. I think we have 4 issues out at the time of this filming. Life and Death of Toyo Harada. I'm currently reading it right now, and it all pretty much takes place right after this. So it does feel like now that I'm reading this, and after this, it's like, okay, I get you.
So you had to read this to kind of get
100%, because it's all Angela Vessel, Grave Dog, all those Mech Major.
It's funny when we talk about it. I feel like all the things we talked about I liked, but
now you're more like
now I'm more into it. When I read it, it was kind of like, all right, let's get through this miniseries. But I did like the Angela Vessa stuff. I liked the the LV-99 stuff. What else did they have? Anything with Harada was good.
Harada, honestly, I think we both agree, is the best character in the Valiant universe.
No, you think he is.
You like what, Exo?
I like Exo, man.
Oh, man.
I love
He's
Exo.
so basic.
So we got that new one. I can't wait to read that one, actually. He's not basic. He's Thor with an Iron Man suit, but he developed a lot
basic
over...
as fuck.
So I guess let's flip through the book and we'll show some of the artwork, and we'll probably remember some things that we missed, but let's take a look. All right, so here gives a good look at the dust jacket for Imperium. You got Harada on the front, dropping bombs in the back. It's like bombs over Baghdad.
That's the LV-99.
Yep.
And what, the covers, it's just like a basic hardcover, right?
Nothing
fancy.
Well, I think it was cool how they made it like this gray color.
I like it.
Most of them are like black, right?
Yeah.
It was classy.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's clean. And I love how Valiant does this. I think we've talked about this in our Valiant videos. The breakdown with the cover issues for like the arc, like right there.
I love it. So the first 4 issues are collecting monsters, and that's how I read these books. I usually read, okay, let me knock out the arc, and then maybe I'll put it down. And then you still get the cover.
Yes.
Looking good.
And a little recap, which was dope.
That's cool. I'm trying to remember what. So these are the hardcore members, no?
No, this is Harbinger Foundation.
Is it?
Yeah. This is them like doing like all their. No, this is in the future. Remember, this is the young kid talking about. You're in the future now. He's like he's the young little kid that works for Harada that Harada rescued, the super powerful one.
I remember that. Yeah.
So you see that like Harada basically, spoiler alert, has like already won, which kind of makes this whole thing like what?
Right. Here's hardcore, right?
Yeah, there's Grave Dog and all them.
Grave Dog.
So Grave Dog's like a Middle Eastern dude who has like your typical Middle Eastern like terrorist background. He was recruited because he was part of, I can't remember what organization, like Hezbollah or some bullshit or something.
He goes Mech Major. They keep calling him Mech Major. He keeps telling him to stop. So then he goes, that's the LV-99, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's that kind of alien that it grabs the astronaut. That's Angela before.
Yeah.
It literally sucks her eyeballs out, and it puts her eyeballs in it. Did you catch that? So
I didn't, actually.
So it's like, it's probably seeing what all these people are doing, or controlling all those people.
It's like a whole obelisk of eyeballs.
Yeah. And then she comes back with no eyes or no sockets. It says like it's almost as if she never had eyes at all.
Yeah, like healed over, right?
Yeah. So she's a whole different person. She's basically that alien, and she's like, yo, I'll work for y'all, but let me get them pregnant ladies.
No, there's a good one of LV-99.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Let me get them pregnant ladies. She had that fetish.
She did.
There's some divinity right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this arc was strange because it was really like Harada going after divinity and he doesn't get him, and then it's like, okay, it was kind of wasted.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I like how it tied it into, because you know what you hate is that anytime there's a universe and there's like a big, all-powerful dude,
right,
and then he just disappears. You know what I mean? Like I like that they talked about it.
They got to sit him down. Like you got to put him on the bench, otherwise he's 100%. OP. You know what I mean?
But it's good when they reference him. Like it's weird when they don't.
Right. So what is it? I don't remember.
Do you feel like with the artwork in Valiant, it all is great? I don't want to say great. It's good, but it all kind of feels the same, which I really appreciate. Like, you don't read a different title and the artwork's completely different.
And they definitely don't have like goofy ass artwork on a serious character. Like sometimes they'll do that with Spider-Man and Marvel.
Right.
But this one, it's always like
they're very similar. Yeah. So
before we wrap this up, but did you see in those trays we watched? Or that we just read Ninja K, it shows in the back, okay, this is a horror type book, this is an action type book.
Yeah.
So they cater their art towards the tone of the story.
100%. Yeah.
Want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That goes the Valiant Deluxe Edition for the for Imperium.
Imperium. We didn't talk. So 16 issues is just Imperium 1 through 16.
Yeah, no, I think I mentioned
little maxi series.
Who wrote this? This was
Joshua Dessart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I pronounced that right.
All right, so I guess let us know what you think about Imperium. I keep wanting to call it something
Harbinger or something.
Something. Let us know what you think about Imperium in the comments below. Hit that like and make sure to subscribe to the channel, man, for more daily content. Peace.